There are people who can walk into a room and nothing changes. And then there are people who walk in and the room subtly reorganizes itself. The noise dips for a beat. Eyes flick up. The energy tightens or softens, as if something invisible just entered with them. If you've ever felt that happening around you, this isn't about what you said, what you wore, or how impressive you looked. It's about presence, your silent signature. We often call it an aura, the emotional and energetic field people sense before they can explain anything with logic. And some people's aura feels stronger, denser, more intense than others. Carl Jung believed the inner world doesn't stay hidden. What's happening in the psyche tends to express itself outwardly. A strong aura is often the outer reflection of an inner life that's deep, rich, and intense. In this video, we'll go through 10 clear signs that you may have a powerful aura. But more importantly, you'll understand how this power shapes your relationships, why some people are drawn to you, why others pull away, and how to use this energy in a way that protects you instead of draining you. Let's begin with the most obvious proof. 1. The silent room effect. People feel you before they know you. You walk into a cafe, a meeting, a casual hangout. The background chatter doesn't stop dramatically, but it drops for a second, like someone lowered the volume. Most of the time, no one is doing it on purpose. It's the subconscious noticing that a different frequency has entered the room. Imagine an orchestra playing softly, and then a deep cello note slides in. For a moment, everything else hesitates, adjusting around that new weight in the sound. That's what a strong aura can feel like. Even if you sit quietly in the corner, people register you. Your presence takes up more space than your body does. And because of that, some people may label you as intense, mysterious, or even intimidating. Not because you did anything wrong, but because they can't ignore you. Those who feel insecure or fragile sometimes get uncomfortable around you because your energy can act like a spotlight. It brings hidden things to the surface. But grounded, authentic people often feel the opposite. They're pulled in because your energy feels real. This first sign is the foundation for everything else. Your presence doesn't stay silent. And no, humans aren't the only ones who notice it. 2. Animals and children react strongly to you. Adults are complicated. They wear social masks. They manage impressions. They hide their reactions. But two groups rarely fake it: animals and young children. Have you ever noticed a baby staring at you, deeply, like they're looking straight through your face? Or a little kid you've never met suddenly wanting to sit near you, talk to you, follow you, like you're familiar? And sometimes it's the opposite. A child gets nervous, clings to a parent, starts crying, doesn't want to come close. Animals can be the same. Some will soften instantly around you, trust you fast, stay near you, relax. Others might avoid you completely. Why? Because animals and small children don't read your status or your words first. They respond to your raw emotional signal, your energy in its most direct form. If your energy feels clean, warm, and steady, they often experience it as safety. If you're overwhelmed, stressed, angry, or emotionally chaotic, even if you're smiling, your strong aura can amplify that inner storm, and they may feel it as danger. Their reaction is like a living barometer, not always judging you, just honestly responding to what's present in you right now. 3. You change the mood of a room without trying. Have you noticed this? Everyone's laughing, the vibe is light, but you're carrying something inside. And when you join the group, the atmosphere subtly drops. People get quieter. The room feels heavier. Or the reverse. Everyone's tense. The energy is awkward. You show up, and within minutes, the tension loosens. People breathe again. Someone smiles. The whole space feels more human. This is one of the clearest signs of a strong aura. Your inner state spills outward. Think of it like placing a warm object in a cold room. Over time, the temperature changes. A powerful aura doesn't just exist, it influences. That's a gift and a responsibility. Because if you're not aware of your own emotional weather, you can unintentionally spread it. But if you become conscious of it, you can use it deliberately to calm conflict, soothe tension, and bring stability into spaces that need it. You become, in a very real sense, an atmosphere shifter. 4. People confide in you, even strangers. Has this ever happened? A cashier, a rideshare driver, someone in line next to you, suddenly tells you something deeply personal. Not small talk, real life. Heartbreak, family drama, a fear they've never said out loud. And you're thinking, why are you telling me this? We just met. This is a strange social side effect of a strong aura. People sense you as a safe container. Even if you're not a therapist, they feel, often unconsciously, that you can hold the truth without collapsing, mocking, or attacking. Your energy can feel like an invisible sign that says, "It's safe here." But this is also where the danger begins. Because if you don't learn boundaries, you can become an emotional landfill, absorbing everyone's pain, carrying it home, and feeling heavy for no clear reason. If you've often found yourself in the role of the unexpected counselor, it's a sign of strength. Now the lesson is learning when to open that door and when to keep it closed. 5. People rarely feel neutral about you. Most social reactions live in the gray zone, but with strong aura people, neutrality is rare. People tend to love you or dislike you quickly, sometimes with no logical explanation. Those who love you may feel a deep pull, loyalty, admiration, even protectiveness. They want to be near you. They feel inspired or seen. Those who dislike you might call you cold, arrogant, distant, or threatening, without truly knowing why. This happens because a strong aura can be polarizing. It's like emotional litmus paper. Your presence brings out what's already inside other people. Grounded, honest people often resonate with you. They recognize your authenticity. But someone who is deeply insecure, performative, or hiding parts of themselves may feel exposed around you. And instead of facing their discomfort, they assign it to you. So if you've noticed that people choose a side fast around you, don't automatically assume something is wrong with you. Sometimes it's a sign your energy is simply too real to stay unnoticed. 6. Your touch feels electric to people, or to you. Have you ever heard someone say, "Whoa," when you brushed past them? Or noticed that when you touch someone's hand, there's a warmth, a tingling sensation, a subtle current? Some people describe strong aura presence physically, like the body detects it before the mind explains it. Sometimes people also experience your touch as calming, like they can finally exhale. And to be clear, this isn't magic. It's often the nervous system responding to the signal you carry, steady or chaotic, soothing or sharp. When your inner state is regulated, your presence can feel stabilizing. When you're overwhelmed or emotionally scattered, your presence can feel restless, even if you're silent. 7. Technology and lights act strange around you. This one sounds too weird until you notice patterns. Have you had moments where lights flicker when you walk by? A device glitches when you hold it? A watch stops working on your wrist? Not constantly, not like a movie, but enough that you remember it. Some people with intense emotional energy notice that electronics feel sensitive around them, especially during stress, grief, anger, or high adrenaline. Whether you see it as coincidence or as your environment reacting to your intensity, the message is the same. Your energy isn't only internal, it has effects. And that's why emotional self-care isn't a luxury for you. It's maintenance. 8. You can read a room instantly. You walk into a house for the first time and immediately feel the atmosphere. You can sense if something happened, tension, sadness, conflict, or warmth, before anyone says a word. It's like the walls have memory, and your system picks it up. A strong aura doesn't only broadcast, it also functions like radar. You notice what others ignore: the fake smile, the hidden resentment, the forced laughter, the quiet grief underneath the conversation. This makes you highly intuitive. It can protect you because you sense danger early, but it can also exhaust you because you're constantly picking up invisible layers other people don't even register. If you often feel the need to leave a place without a logical reason, don't dismiss yourself. Sometimes it's not overthinking. Sometimes your internal compass is reading something real. 9. Nature recharges you in a way people don't understand. City life can feel like too much. Crowds, noise, screens, artificial light, constant stimulation. And after a while, you don't just want nature, you need it. A walk by the ocean, a trail, a quiet park, bare feet on grass, fresh air that feels like it reaches somewhere deeper than your lungs. For strong aura people, nature often acts like a reset button. In busy environments, your system takes in so much, people's moods, tension, overstimulation. You may not even realize how much you're processing until you're alone with trees and sky and silence. Nature grounds you. It clears the emotional static. If time in nature feels less like a hobby and more like a requirement for your mental health, that's not weakness. It's your system protecting itself. 10. You can't stay invisible, even when you try. Have you ever wished you could just blend in? Dress simply, stay quiet, keep your head down, and somehow, people still notice you. Someone starts a conversation. Someone stares a little too long. Someone asks for help, directions, your opinion, like you're the obvious choice. This is one of the most unavoidable results of a strong aura: visibility. It can be a blessing. Opportunities find you. Leadership roles appear naturally. People trust your presence, but it can also be tiring, because being seen all the time costs energy, and not everyone who approaches you approaches with good intentions. Some people are drawn to strong light because they want to warn themselves. Others are drawn because they want to take. If you've ever felt like, why do I attract these kinds of people? Your visibility may be part of the answer. The solution isn't to shrink. It's to learn how to regulate your brightness, when to open, when to protect, when to be warm, and when to be unreachable. When you look at all 10 signs, you realize something important. Having a strong aura isn't just being positive. It's depth, it's influence, it's sensitivity, and it comes with responsibility. Your presence creates impact. Your emotions shape atmosphere. Your energy leaves traces. Once you recognize this, you can't pretend you're just ordinary, because you're not. The real responsibility of a strong aura is becoming the master of your inner world, your thoughts, your emotional state, your intentions, because what you carry doesn't stay contained. It spreads. And the second responsibility is boundaries. Be selective with who gets access to you. You have the right and the duty to protect your energy, because you can't pour from an empty cup. Now I want to ask you something. Out of these 10 signs, which one feels most recognizable in your life? Write it in the comments. Let's make this visible, because people with strong auras often feel the most alone, simply because they've never had language for what they experience. If you want more guidance on understanding and managing this kind of energy, subscribe to Quiet Psychology and turn on notifications. And remember, your aura is like a fingerprint. It's unique. Don't treat it like a burden. Treat it like your signature on the world. Honor it, protect it, and don't be afraid to shine.